Welcome to JHS Weekly. I'm Jackson Horn.
And I'm Natalie Millman.
This winter has been tough to drive on the roads. We've had snow, ice, and rain, and even if you're a new driver, it's even tougher.
JHS reporter Alex Carson shows us how teens can protect themselves and others on the road.
For some, snowfall is the best part of winter, but snow can be tricky if you have to be out driving in it, especially if you're a young, inexperienced teen driver. Winter weather can pose risks to everybody driving on the road, but younger drivers often fail to realize the risk. Captain William Davis of the Joplin Police Department says new drivers are especially prone to accidents this time of year.
I think a lot of it just has to do with experience. Unfortunately, younger drivers just don't have that the experience of driving in different types of weather patterns. So, cold weather, warm weather, the more experience you get, the better you become as a driver.
Davis says no matter how good of a driver a person is, no one is immune to accidents, including himself.
Whenever I was younger, I experienced that firsthand. I had crashes in the wintertime whenever I was a younger driver. And so that's kind of what I see, firsthand.
Joplin High School senior Aiden Koch says, unfortunately, teen drivers don't take driving seriously enough.
There's a little bit of everyone kind of feels invincible and nothing bad has happened because you haven't had that much experience on the road.
Unsafe driving behaviors can result in life-threatening consequences. Koch had a near-death experience firsthand on a drive to Jefferson City.
It was only raining for less than a minute, and I hit a patch of water and I hydroplane, do 2 360s, and I'm in the ditch, and then I hit a pole. I don't know how my car didn't roll over and how I didn't die.
While he was luckily unharmed, in the future he plans to slow down and be more aware of dangerous weather conditions.
My reaction wasn't good enough when it started raining to start slowing down, because I was going 60, 65, which wasn't really over the speed limit, but with the conditions, I definitely should have been slowing down way sooner.
While winter weather can be difficult to predict, Davis says to respect the rules of the road, avoid distraction, and most importantly, pay attention. Reporting for JHD, I'm Alex Carson.
Student of the Month is becoming a new tradition at Joplin High School.
JHS's Amy Amadon talks to a student who won the award.
There are multiple students of the month. There is Edward Seavey, Ella Bolt, Harry Eggleston, Fajardo, Alex Carson, last but not least, Quentin Refro.
Senior Quentin Refro has been named the Student of the Month. This is the beginning of a monthly tradition at JHS, and he says it's awesome to win the award.
It feels good. I just kind of, do what I'm supposed to, and I just hope I can set an example for other students.
So what did he do to win this award? Well, he says having respect is key.
Being respectful to everybody and being kind to everybody.
Quentin was nominated by 3 of his teachers for the reward.
Thank you for all the staff and teachers that voted for me, but I just been my normal self, just be kind to, people you see, say hello to everybody and, just do your work and, respect the school.
John Seidel is a principal at Joplin High School, and he says he hopes to make this an ongoing tradition.
It's the way teachers recognize students for all the good things that they're doing during the school day, the school year.
Seidel says people often focus on the negative, but this gives the chance to show the positive at school.
Well, in the schools, teachers and educators love to recognize students for their goodness, but a lot of times in order to manage in a classroom environment and a school, you have to focus a lot on the negative stuff. So we wanted to focus more on the positive things.
More than 50 students were nominated for this award. Reporting for JHD, this is Amy Amadon.
There are
Homecoming
multiple
assembly was recently held to raise school spirit.
JHD's photojournalist Lucas Downey takes us to the event. With the end of the 2023 NFL playoffs, the two teams that went to the Super Bowl are the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers.
But how good are the students at predicting who will win? JHS's Garrett Camp gets opinions from both sides of the field.
With football being America's biggest sport, it's no surprise there are many football fans in Joplin High School. Sophomore Zach Green is a Chiefs fan and was excited to see them go to the Super Bowl.
I was really excited, staying with my family. We were all sitting there at the table, we were just freaking out because oh, we're going to the Super Bowl again,
Despite this big win, the Chiefs weren't looking too good this year. They lost 6 games this season.
One thing that I would change is probably the offensive line. It could be a little bit stronger. I do see out there that Patrick Mahomes is getting sacked a lot, so I feel like our offensive line could be a little bit better.
Despite there being many Chiefs fans in Joplin High School, there are a few 49ers fans. Let's get an opinion from the opposite side of the field. Max Johnson is one of the few 49ers fans in Joplin and is not too fond of the fact of being a minority.
I look around, everyone's just saying, "Go Chiefs, go Chiefs!" But no one around me is just, it's all Chiefs. There's not a single other person. If you live here, you have to be a Chiefs fan.
So, who did the guys think will win the game?
49ers all the way.
And surprisingly, even though Zach loves the Chiefs, he wasn't optimistic.
The 49ers. I'm positive 100% the 49ers are going to win.
Reporting for JHD, I'm Garrett Camp.
The Joplin High School Cartoonist Club is getting their geek on at a local Comic-Con.
JHC Skylar Farrell shows us it was a big draw for these artists.
The Joplin High School Cartoonist Club recently visited the Neosho Art Con to sell some of their books. Seth Wolfschorndl is the teacher that runs the club. He says that the con was an amazing opportunity for students to get support for their work.
It's always good for them to get a chance to get their work out there and show it to the public, sell it, do sketches for people, hear reactions. I think that's really exciting and healthy for any artist to just kind of, get to see how the public reacts to their work, especially in a big group effort like those books are.
After interviewing Mr. Wolf, I was curious on how some of the students were feeling about running the stand.
Reese Fry is one of the cartoonists in the club. He believes that it was a good way to get their name out beyond Joplin.
We get to tell people who are not even from Joplin or live around Joplin that we're here, and we do the Clash of Champions, scribbled stories and stuff like that. That kids like us, well, not really kids, teenagers, do things like this, and it's really cool.
Wolfschorndl says that they will show up at another spot later this year to sell some of their new books.
Our next appearance will probably be Joplin Empire Market. We always have a date, it'll be some Saturday in May, where we premiere our new books. The first time that the public can buy those is going to be one of the Saturdays in May. So that'll happen. We're not sure the exact date yet, but it's every year.
They also plan on going to a Comic-Con that is coming to Joplin High School later this year.
We might be adding a new show this summer, actually, JomoCon, which is actually going to happen here at the high school, July 20th. That's nothing final yet, but the club should be here with a table for that too in the summer.
You can check out the JomoCon website, jomocon.org, for more information. Reporting for JHD, I'm Skylar Farrell.
If you know how to dozy-do, circle left, or even promenade, you've probably gone square dancing.
I had an opportunity to visit the Western Twirlers group and check out one of their events. I'm here at the Joplin Western Twirlers event at the Square Dancing Center, where people are getting their groove on to country music. The Square Dance Center has been around for 30 years, teaching people how to dance. Sheila McReynolds, one of the members here, says the Western Twirlers have been around for decades.
Okay, well, Western Twirlers Club is 75 years old, so they've been here in Joplin for 75 years. When they first started, they were in other buildings, and then they built this club, and the president could tell you, but it's been here probably 20 or 30 years, this building, and it was built for square dancers and other dancers.
Square dancing used to be very popular, and they had more people sign up to learn how to move, but over the years, it's slowed down.
Well, square dancing, since it's a state dance, used to be really big, and sometimes the buildings would just be packed full. But like everything else, it kind of goes through downs and ups, and so the COVID kind of made it go really down. But we're building back up again. Our club has built back up to about what we call about 3 squares, when we was down to 1 square. So, and we're going to start lessons, so we're hoping we'll be bigger.
Crystal Swagger has been dancing since she was 11 years old, and she's been doing it ever since.
After my parents got divorced, my mom and dad had square danced, and my dad wanted to do something with me that he enjoyed. So at 11, we went to lessons, and I've been dancing 30, 40 years now.
She says every square dance experience is great, and every event is one to remember.
Every square dance event is something that is fun. You get to experience all kinds of new people. You get to meet new people. It's just a family everywhere you go. So there's not one experience, but all of them are great.
Well, this has definitely been one heck of an event at the Joplin Square Dancing Center. This is JHS reporter Natalie Millman signing off.
Some people compete in sports, others compete in things that melt your heart.
JHS's Darian Crawford takes us to the Joplin High School grilled cheese competition.
Students were buttering, slicing, and perfecting some unique sandwiches, hoping they will be good enough. Joplin High School foods classes are having a grilled cheese cook-off. Students competed for the best sandwich. Student John Mullen thinks that cooking allows more people to just be friends.
I think that you're learning how to be a team and work through things as a team and just be patient, because sometimes you just want to get things done fast, and with cooking you have to be patient.
The student says that additional background of cooking helps out with the class.
I personally grew up with a lot of cooking, so it isn't as difficult. But whenever it comes to working with a group, it's just all the coordination, everything that needs to be done, who takes responsibility of what. So it just depends on who you're working with. I feel like it is an advantage, because that way, if I'm ever in a competition or anything and I'm up against someone like that, it's just I have more of a chance, as well as I'm able to teach other people.
The student says that having additional background of cooking helps out with the class. But what does the teacher think? Miss Welch is one of the food teachers organizing the event, and she says it allows them to show off their creativity.
So Grilled Cheese Wars, we talk about dairy and cheese and milk a lot, and it's just a chance for them to try different cheeses together and kind of experience the palette of what matches what, and they got to pick their cheese and their sandwiches after we kind of talked about what's sharp and what's not, and kind of combining different ones. So
Mrs. Welch says that there is an opportunity for students to be more creative with their cooking.
So it does, we cook once a week in here normally, some kind of lab, and this is for sure kind of put a little pep in their step on wanting to do it, because they had to kind of bring some stuff from home and participate a little more than usual. We kind of forced them to think on their own and not, here's the recipe, follow it. Like, they got to find the recipe and pick their groups and pick their sandwiches, and so it has motivated them more, and they're excited more than just if it's something we pick out for them.
Reporting for JHD, I'm Darian Crawford.
Man, Jackson, those were some pretty yummy in my tummy grilled cheeses.
Yeah, they look pretty good. I made mine in first hour, and I was with a pretty tough group, so I got third place.
Pretty tough, huh? You could say it's cheese tough.
This has been JHS Weekly.
Thanks for watching.